Man, it was a wild day in the NFL yesterday, and we got a number of things that we have to discuss on today's episode. The Kansas City Chiefs take a loss to the Los Angeles Chargers, and then Patrick Mahomes also went down. Then the Green Bay Packers took a loss to the Denver Broncos, and then Micah Parsons went down. A lot of injuries around the NFL. How does this change things? The dynasty over now? And what are the Super Bowl chances for those Packers? Y'all know we gonna talk about it, break it all down, but you gotta hear the music first.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
What's going on, NFL fans? Welcome back into another episode of NFL Central, your number one spot for everything NFL. I'm your host there, Bobby, joined by Steve-O. So if y'all tuned in, love talking this football talk, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Steve-O, what's the word?
What's good?
Man. Got a couple crazy things going on around the league, but we're going to kick this thing off talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, who lost to the Los Angeles Chargers 13-16, and Patrick Mahomes went down and tore that ACL after being tackled on one of those plays where he was running towards the sideline. First thing first, what was your reaction to the news that Patrick Mahomes with this injury?
Eerie, because it's the same season, the same way. Tom Brady did the same thing, and it's the same situation. Lost, didn't make the playoffs that year, ninth season, and after two or three early Super Bowl wins. So it's crazy. That was my first reaction. Like, damn, he human. Like, regardless of the fact, nobody can escape pain in this game. Not even the best player in the league. We've seen it with Tom. We've seen it with Peyton. We've seen it with Big Ben. We've seen it with every single quarterback. You cannot. At some point, this game gonna come collect this debt. At some point, and it's just unfortunate. But it's also when you really look at it, it's also a representative of how you carried yourself the entire offseason and the years prior. When you won them that last Super Bowl, y'all got cool and complacent. And because you got cool and complacent, you therefore put your quarterback in a position where he felt like he had to overexert himself and always go out there and put his body on the line to make an extraordinary play. And what was the case? We've been talking about protection about him all day. He's been running for his life the majority of the season. And what he do? Tore his ACL running for his life. All because you didn't replenish this O-line. You didn't go out there and get him more wide receiver help. Y'all, even though he was winning with him, y'all thought him throwing to Sky Moore in the Super Bowl was going to be good enough. And it's not. But it's also a silver lining in all of this because it almost happened at the best time. It's a smack in the face to tell you y'all need to retool because now you're going to be in position where you're going to actually have a viable first round pick in probably the first 5 to 6 years.
Yeah.
Like you're going to actually can go out there and probably go get a Cornell Tate, possibly an edge rusher from Ohio State, a tackle, definitely getting some online help. Like this is a time where you can actually start replenishing and replacing the guys of yesteryear. And it just comes to a point where everybody where, especially I don't care what sport it is, you have to have that conversation really right after you win a championship. Can this same team, do it again? If it can't, it's time to move on from some of those people.
Yep.
And we was telling them it was time to move on for some of these people, but now it's evident. Now it's time to go find your replacement for Travis Kelce. Now it's time to go possibly get somebody that can play next to Christian Jones for the future because Christian Jones probably got 5 years maxed. So yeah, it's time to go get those replacements and retool this whole thing. But it sucks. I want to see the best quarterback go down, but in this game, it's inevitable.
I agree with you. I think that like my initial thoughts was like, damn, how did it happen? Then I see the play and I'm like, Chiefs, y'all got to look in the mirror, bro. That's just what it is. The Kansas City Chiefs, y'all have to look in the mirror because y'all are part of the reason why your quarterback was running for his life and got injured in Patrick Mahomes. We said it this offseason. Y'all didn't go out there and address the trenches correctly. Yes, you drafted a left tackle, but he was having like personal issues. Y'all know we don't get into that, but he was having a number of things happen to him. And then we was telling y'all, me and Steve-O was like, bro, you gotta get this run game in order. In no way in hell do I want my quarterback leading the team in rushing in several games. In several games. I don't want Patrick Mahomes leading my team in rushing. And they tried to do a lot of patchwork with the defense and stuff like that, but it wasn't good enough. You have to go out there and really put your heads together because now it's time to retool if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. Now is the time to go out there and rebuild these trenches to give himself a good shot. And one has to go back and rethink some stuff by the trade deadline. You could have had Breece Hall, but you didn't want to give up the draft capital. It's a decision you live with. It's not to say that it was going to change the outcome of everything for the Kansas City Chiefs, but you know that you needed a run game to help Patrick Mahomes in his offense. Needed that. You bypassed that opportunity up. Fair or foul, it's too late now. But hindsight is 2020. So, Steve-O, how do these guys move forward? Because we both agree that the dynasty is over and that they're gonna have to start a new one, right?
Yeah.
So how do you guys move forward? What's some of the first things that you will take a look at and start to go attack to help the Kansas City Chiefs get better?
Trenches. That's where you started in every situation. Y'all knew how to do this, and that's why it was so frustrating to kind of see this, knowing this organization because I've seen this be built. I've seen y'all build this team, so I know y'all could do it again. It's simple. Start with the trenches. It starts in the draft. That's why I mentioned the draft in my whole soliloquy. You're gonna have some valuable draft assets this year. You got to hit on them. And majority of the ones you need to hit on, and majority of the things y'all can hit immediately and go get some trenches help, get some line help on both sides, and get the motherfucker some weapons. Yeah, whoever gonna be playing quarterback here, some weapons because Rashee Rice ain't enough. Buddy that run a 4.2, that's all he can do.
Xavier Worthy.
Yeah. That's all he really can do. He ain't living up exactly to a first round pick, but he doing all right. Get an actual good running back.
Yep.
Not a guy that I mean you work with what you got in the past years, but you need to get some guys.
Yep.
But most important, fix this line. Get some tackles up in here. Get some people that can compete at this line. Get some depth at this O line. Patch up some. I mean, you whatever you have with Spags, I think y'all can go out there and get 3rd, 4th round picks and turn them to what y'all been doing. I don't necessarily think y'all need but still, if you see a player that you like in defense, go get them. But at the end of the day, majority of your needs O-line weapons.
I agree with that. I think that you got to go out there and I ain't even gonna lie to you. Interior O-line, you need it. Yeah, and then if you got to go out there and look at replacements for Travis Kelce, you know what I'm saying? Travis Kelce contract is up. He might be done. And this is why I keep going back to the offseason. Bro, go out there and find replacement so you can line that young tight end up next to Travis Kelce in kind of like a situation to where Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely in Baltimore.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox up in Buffalo. You know, so those things can kind of help you jumpstart the way that you're going to have to retool this thing because you got to have the foresight to move accordingly as a GM and as an organization. Y'all have these championship players, but the drop-off was kind of visible last year.
Yeah, y'all was
especially
winning
after
by the
getting
skin
your
of y'all
ass
teeth.
kicked in the Super Bowl. So I think it's very, very important for the Kansas City Chiefs to really, really lock in the rest of the way. Whoever's going to be started for them moving forward, I don't expect too many wins to come out of that. And honestly, they shouldn't want wins to come out of that. But it is football, and they're never going to quit. I just don't see a lot of teams quitting. You don't necessarily see that. Sometimes teams just suck, but you don't necessarily see them quit. So we'll see what happens and what transpires after that. But hey, now we move on to talk about the Green Bay Packers. Steve-O, Micah Parsons, he went down, and another superstar in this league who went down with an ACL injury yesterday. The Green Bay Packers lost the game 34-26 to the Denver Broncos. They lost Micah Parsons. They lost Zach Tom. Christian Watson got hurt. They lost their safety in Evan Williams. So it was a bad day if you were a cheesehead. But let's start off with Micah Parsons. How devastated was that injury, bro?
It's everything. That he was the reason why y'all was Super Bowl contenders. Like y'all mortgaged y'all whole future on this guy. He's the highest non-paid QB in the league.
Yep.
So after whoever Dak or Pat is him. So with all that riding on that, and with him being his game is based on being explosive and fast.
Yeah.
That's just not something you want to see. Y'all see, I got Bears things on, and when I seen, I said, "Oh no,
Yep.
oh no," because I knew as soon as I seen it. I've seen my sisters just started getting back into football, and she was sitting there like, "Dang!" Like hours later, like, "How you know it was an ACL?" I'm like, "Bro, I done seen too many of them. That knee go inward, it gets stuck in that ground. It's always an ACL. You grab it by a certain position. Plus, I done fucked my knee up multiple times. I know where my knee. I know where I've hurt my ACL and my meniscus before. So same thing with Pat. I seen that play. I seen it go inward. I'm like, it could be a hyperextended, but it looked like an ACL. It came out. They feared it's an ACL tear. Unfortunate. I don't care. Like Micah Parsons is somebody I always like to watch. I've been watching the guy since Penn State. Like, dude, he a baller. Dude got what, 13, 12 sacks on the season?
Bro, crazy.
Dude is a dynamic rusher, and he changes that defense. The only person I really, outside of Gary, is him.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, once he got out of that game, that defense looked very regular.
Yes.
Especially, and crazy to say, especially in the run game. They ran all over their ass.
Yes.
And I'll be honest, Denver ain't got the greatest run game.
Mm-mm.
So that was worrisome. But yeah, it's devastating. It's devastating. The year you traded for him, the year you pay him all this money, the year it looked like y'all have an actual chance to go to the Super Bowl. On this very day, he goes down on top of everybody else going down. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
I agree with you, bro. I think that when you talk about the Micah Parsons injury, it's a gut punch to the Green Bay Packers in their Super Bowl chances. Now you looking like, can Jordan Love lead the way? I don't think everybody that confident in Green Bay is watching him do that, having that game yesterday.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's just in my mind. He been leading the way. I like this year. I cannot blame too much on Jordan Love. He's been playing a fucking great year, low key.
Yeah.
Even yesterday, I was sitting like, this bitch ass nigga keep throwing off his back foot. It's getting on my nerve.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was receivers dropping it. The receivers starting to get healthy. They started catching the ball. Defense was always in stride. Then you get to this point, it's like, damn, like it's almost unfair to come be like, damn, we don't trust Jordan. Jordan been doing his job. Everybody else, when it goes down to them losses and a lot, it's not really Jordan Love.
I agree with that. And I think that to your point, this For the Green Bay Packers, losing Micah Parsons changes your defense. Because now instead of the offensive line that you're going against keying in on Micah Parsons, they can just pretty much key in on the next best player in Rashawn Gary. And it's tougher to game plan and prepare for two pass rushes that can get to the quarterback. It's a lot easier just preparing for one. And
Kenny Clark ain't there no more.
No, he's gone. He was the big boy in the middle that was able to handle that. And the Green Bay Packers, y'all lost Wyatt, the interior D lineman who was having a solid season for y'all. So it's injury after injury. And we love this game, but it definitely coming, like you said earlier, it's gonna come back and it's gonna collect its debt. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of the game. And the Green Bay Packers, I don't know if because for me, I'll be real. For me, it was always that thought that if Jordan Love shows up in the playoffs, they're gonna be good. But now, even if Jordan Love show up,
you gotta be excellent.
Yeah. Is we looking at that situation to where the Green Bay Packers, if they match up versus the Rams, do we believe that they have a chance? I will give them a chance, but it's a legit question now because with Micah Parsons, he was the difference maker.
It's gonna be a shootout for sure. But the edge is they got motherfuckers on the opposite side that could go get Jordan Love.
Yeah. And bro, that the schematically it changes everything. Now, schematically, the Micah Parsons injury changes everything because now those DBs they can't sit on routes like they once could when Micah Parsons was there because they had trust that this pass rush was gonna get there.
And you know what's even crazier? Like, I almost look at the Crystal Rossa injury. Like, we don't know if it's season ending, but if it is, it's just as big as a blow because that. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm talking good about these goddamn Packers.
Facts.
If he became a one this year, legitimately,
he did.
And everybody knew when it came down to him, it's just he can't stay healthy.
It's always a hamstring.
A hamstring, a knee. Now it's a shoulder. Like, he goes down, that passing game not the same no more.
No,
I don't think Jordan Love get the same trust in everybody like he got in Jordan. Them deep bomb threats, who you gonna throw to them now?
Romeo Doubs.
But that trust with him yet?
No,
he can do it physically, but
I like Romeo Doubs.
Yeah,
he could ball. Damn, I can't believe I'm talking good about the Packers. This is objectivity, football fans. Objectivity. But we're going to see, man. It's still 3 weeks left for the NFL season. Packers got a big matchup on Saturday versus the Chicago Bears. We're going to see how they respond. We're going to see how the defense respond. You could tell, like, in the post-game press conferences, guys was a little upset. And you will be, that's the right way to look at it. You lost literally your best player on defense. Literally. The guy that you was excited to have come in your organization. So they're gonna have to figure some stuff out, but it's going now. The focus is going right back on defensive coordinator for the Packers, Jeff Hafley. Now you're gonna have to adjust that defense a little bit. What adjustments he's gonna make, we gonna see.
Definitely gonna see.
But hey, Steve-O, you seen Sunshine? He balled out yesterday.
Yeah, he balled every 4 weeks.
He talking about he balled every 4 weeks. Yeah. Hey, bro, what about Jeffrey Simmons catching a touchdown last night? That was crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, a lot of crazy things happened. My boy Marcus Mariota got a win, even though in New York, that ain't gonna lie, it felt like a funeral. Did you see the ending of that Giants game? He threw that incomplete. It was just like like it was so bad because it was like a play to be made if he just threw it at his chest. He keep trying to overthrow people. Yeah, that was crazy. The damn Saints might have a quarterback.
They might have a quarterback. Kellen Moore coaching his ass off these last few weeks. And how did the Carolina Panthers drop the ball?
Yeah, that's tough.
Bro, they so wishy. The Carolina Panthers are so wishy-washy. It's ridiculous. You beat teams like
you ain't
the
got
Rams
no business
in the Green Bay Packers, and then you lose to the Saints. But even though they've been playing well, but then you lose to the Saints, knowing that if you go out there and win this game and take care of business versus Tampa, you can punch your ticket into the playoffs. What's going on?
Yeah,
That's how we
and
already know.
I might have to be. I might have to be with Unc. I'm worried, Joe Burrow. I'm
worried about Joe Burrow too.
I'm worried now. You can't go say what you say out there. They go score nothing.
Nothing. He looked depleted out there.
Bro. The Ravens won this game. Lamar Jackson only threw the ball 12 times.
That's crazy.
And they scored 24 points.
That is crazy.
He was 8 for 12. That nigga had a high school quarterback stat.
That is crazy. Ooh, wild day in the NFL, boy. Wild day in the NFL. But hey, more to come, y'all. Steve-O, you got anything left?
Hey, Cam Ward. Nice seeing him put it together. Still got some shit to work on. That was nice to see. Hey, fuck. Boy, that a fucking grandfather almost won a game yesterday.
Phillip Rivers was dealing.
I was like, gee.
Phillip Rivers was dealing.
Bro, did you see the play where that nigga just failed? Oh,
yeah.
He just tipped over. Oh my God.
Bro, hey, Phillip Rivers was dealing yesterday a little bit. Hey, he hit a back shoulder throw. I'm like, okay, Phil.
I ain't gonna lie. But people might not want to hear this, but I'm less fearful of this Seattle defense now. You let a 44-year-old throw the ball 27 times. Hell no.
Crazy.
Hell no. That nigga would have had a Lamar Jackson stat, man, fucking with me.
Oh, the real. Man, shout out to Phillip Rivers. Put it on for the granddaddies. I ain't mad at
my mama.
And
can't believe this. The shout out to Nine.
He was balling. Balling.
I kept on walking past the TV. I was like,
he dodging shit. That's all I'm saying. He dodging shit.
He dodged. Hey, don't dance into the end zone no more. You ain't like that. Don't do
real.
that.
Chill out.
Somebody finna hit the fuck out you next week.
On the real. But hey, that is it from us today, y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of NFL Central. Before you get up out of here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well, man. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you always love football because it's going down these last few weeks of the NFL regular season, and we get into the postseason, man. But hey, we appreciate y'all. Make sure you always love football, and we gonna catch y'all on the next one for sure.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.